what, in your guys' opinion, makes this so good? Why are you so excited about Whataburger?
Grease. Yep.
Okay. Check.
Welcome into another episode of Morning Edition. Julian Tedor, Queen City News Now anchor. We have Eddie Satowski, Queen City News Now anchor. Jason Harper, Queen City News Now anchor. And we have meteorologist Andrew Brightman in because Ted decided to take a vacation. First of all, who okayed Ted's vacation?
I don't know.
I don't know. What us?
No? Okay.
It's our lucky day, though.
Our lucky day.
Julie, I just decided to take a gap year from Pinpoint Weather Unit.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm bringing his spirit, though, because I'm wearing blue light glasses today.
Somebody had
Ted
him
likes to wear the glasses.
He likes to wear them when he doesn't need them.
that aren't needed. Okay.
They're
All right.
necessary.
Well, here's one that had us talking during the show. I had never heard of it before. Had you guys ever heard of credit card cycling before? Our chief business correspondent, Taylor Young, brought it up. Okay. So for everybody at home, because we're going to guess it, you're like us and have no idea what this is. Credit card cycling is, say you have a $1,000 limit, right? You max it out, pay it off to get the points or whatever, and then max it out again and pay it off all in the same billing cycle. So you're not getting any interest on the card there. But I had to put this into Chat GPT to figure out, like, is this even allowed?
Of course.
So apparently it's not a violation, and you can do this multiple times as long as your payment's clear. But, okay, you can get flagged by your card for reward/points abuse if you're trying to game the rewards system. How do you guys feel about credit card cycling? I guess none of us do it because we don't know what it is.
Go ahead, Andy.
I'll jump in first because I've been thinking about this a lot. What like Taylor's segment was really, it just got me thinking because you think about credit cards and credit card limits, it's all based on what your credit card FICO score is. Also, when you apply for a credit card, you're supposed to voluntarily, supply how much money you make in a year. So when they give you a limit, they're expecting that basically for you to take all that up in an entire month. That's a lot of money for you to be able to pay back, because also when you pay, let's say you have a $10,000 limit, if you do $10,000, that's 100% credit card utilization. That actually kills your credit score because you only want to be using a little bit of it. So Julian was giving an example of someone with $1,000 credit card limit. That's usually someone that probably has a low credit card score. So how do you rack up all that much, pay it off, do it over and over again? I just try to keep on thinking, who are the type of people that are doing this? Are they like lying on their credit card application? I know there's people, some people that have small credit card limits. Then you have Julian that has, the black card basically. So
Right.
they're different.
No, I have the black card. My card doesn't work when I swipe. My wife tries to swipe it. It doesn't work.
Decline.
You decline.
Again.
Exactly.
Again. I had never thought of this really until Taylor brought this up today. And Andrew, you bring up a good point about you shouldn't be maxing it out. You should only be using 60, whatever the percent is, to keep that credit worthiness, keep that credit score high. I think what some people do is like what you mentioned, Julian. Let's say I've got an American Airlines card, which I do. Let's say $2,000. I buy it on something. I get those miles, right? I'm trying to rack up miles. So I get miles for spending it. I pay it off within a week. Well, I still have that amount available on my credit limit. You do it 2 or 3 times within a paying cycle. I don't think it's wrong. Am I in trouble saying that? I mean, we just said it's not necessarily wrong. Maybe you get flagged, but I how
Andrew
many
was
of us
giving you a
read
frowny
the
face,
fine
by
print?
the way.
Do what?
Andrew was giving you a frowny face, by the way, when I was saying that.
Again, I'm just thinking, like, it seems like a lot of work. You're not getting that many points. I mean, most places, like I have Capital One, you get 2 points for every dollar spent. I mean, it's basically 2% back. I just think, again, a lot of work for, again, like 2% on every purchase.
I'm gonna spend it anyway on things. It's not like I'm purposely buying more than what I can afford just to get the miles. I'm already gonna spend $2,000 a month or whatever, a couple months at Target or whatever it happens to be. I'm using it on that card. But if I pay it off quicker and I can afford, if I don't put myself into debt, I think that's where it comes down.
Here's one,
That's the main
if
thing.
you're struggling already with bills and you put things on cards that you shouldn't be, that you don't have the money for, you could spiral into debt quickly. And I think a lot of this also came down to financial literacy. It's not, I don't think any of the generations are where we should be when we talk about what do we know when we hit the real world at 18, 25 years old?
Yeah, it's a real shock. I think it's more, again, to your point of the slippery slope, just to make sure that you're disciplined enough to continue to pay that off within the same billing cycle. You don't just kind of forget what day it is, because then, yes, you're at a 100% utilization. But if you are dedicated and disciplined, and maybe I know that lots of times if you get a new credit card and if you hit X amount of dollars within X amount of billing cycles, then you get a bonus. So maybe people are trying to do that. But I don't really see a problem with the rewards personally. I know credit card companies won't like it, but
Jason wants to tap in.
Tough nuggies.
Tough nuggies. All right, Jason.
Just say that with a British accent.
Tough nuggies.
This is what happens on commercial breaks, by the way.
That actually would be a great name of some kind of food or beef jerky. Tough nuggies.
Tough nuggies. Oh, so,
okay, all right, get back on track.
You're tapping in, Jason.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay, so as soon as we finished this discussion this morning, our producer at the time was Robert, who has high blood pressure because he goes on a lot of rants. Right, Robert rants. We keep a list on our board in the newsroom.
Julian.
No, it's not just Julian. Nowhere near about high blood pressure. So we came out of this topic, and immediately he goes, that's it. I think the only core classes that should be mandatory for high school students are these 4. He said, I think it should be, it should be tech, it should be finance, maybe some kind of home ed type thing, and PE, physical activity, we know is super important.
Where's meteorology?
We're not.
That could be
Elective.
Elective, yeah. So I think that's interesting. Because I had when I took economics in high school, it was how to balance a checkbook, which no one uses anymore. And so I think those would be like, what are the courses that really get you ready for the real world? I don't think our education system is built around that.
No, I ended up accidentally in a statistics class because they put all the baseball and football players in there my senior year. A shout out to Coach Tim Kelly. But the statistics class was one of the best classes I was in. Why? Because it wasn't real stat. What we ended up doing was talking about things about how to accrue, like what interest looks like on a year-over-year mortgage, how to balance a checkbook, things like that, what credit card interest rates look like. Those things are important. And I agree, this should be taught in schools. I do know a lot of people do this for when you get like an intro card, right? And they say, okay, can you spend $2,500 and then you get to whatever tier? So I don't have any problem with people doing that, saying, okay, I'm going to put, like when I got my American Airlines card, I wanted to go visit my now wife, but we were long distance. So I put my first month rent on there, paid it off immediately because I had the money there, paid it off there, and then used the card again, paid it off so I could get to that limit to unlock whatever the free bonus miles were. I don't have a problem with it. I think if you abuse it, that's where you get into what Jason's saying. You could possibly fall into debt. Also, Andrew, you were mentioning who's able to do this.
Yeah.
Some people who maybe don't have a credit history, they start the card, so they don't know how much they really make. They may not be able to have a high limit. But if you do that, here's something else that came up. It could trigger a credit review.
Interesting.
So then maybe they're going to take a look into it and say, whoa, you're making way more money. We're going to raise your limit. May not allow you to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, I do want to talk about something yummy coming up because we're talking about... Wait for it, guys. We have Whataburger. We're going to be talking about that on the other side of Morning Edition. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. But while we do that, think about burgers. We'll be back. Welcome back into Morning Edition. I told you to think about burgers, and we are talking about burgers. What about burgers? Whataburger. That's what we're talking about. Because guess what? Whataburger is coming to North Carolina. First location opens up May 29th, which is when we're recording this, guys. How do we feel about Whataburger?
We got to take a quick poll. Raise your hand if you've had a Whataburger.
I have.
Everyone in the room except
No,
Annie, you haven't had a Whataburger?
I know. It's like a Southwest thing. I'm from the West Coast. Shout out to Nevada. In-N-Out Burger. That is my spot.
Okay,
If we ever get one out here.
Crown
We agree.
Rain
We
on
agree.
In-N-Out
Yes.
Burger.
Rain on.
Rain
top
on.
to the In-N-Out Burger. But what, in your guys' opinion, makes this so good? Why are you so excited about Whataburger?
Grease?
Grief? Yep.
Okay. Check.
I'm gonna be, hand up.
Oh, here he goes. You know what? Go. Take all the way.
When I used to live in Shreveport, I had it only a couple times. I had that exact like chicken, like a tender sandwich. And I was like, I had it. I was like, I'd still prefer Five Guys. And then obviously, as I said, Rain On, In-N-Out Burger. I wish they would come to the Carolinas. I used to think they were a Southwest thing, but then they're in kind of Dallas, which also isn't the Southwest. Anyway, but back to Whataburger. I mean, they're fine. They're a higher grade fast food sandwich compared to some of the other chains out there. But when I had it, it didn't exactly blow me away. But hey, I'm all about options for people when it comes to their fast food, what they want to indulge in. But yeah, the sandwich was good. I think, it's something it's not like I was spitting it out of my mouth, but it didn't like sort of knock my socks off.
You had a chicken sandwich.
I did.
At a place, I want to bring us all back here, called Whataburger.
That's true.
I want to say it's good looking as you, Julian. So that's why I didn't get the double-decker burger. Man.
That's like going to Chick-fil-A,
right?
And you get a burger.
You can't.
You go to a burger place, you get chicken. Come on.
Getting rightly owned over that. Okay, all right.
If you wanted to go first on this, guys, to comment about Whataburger when he had a chicken sandwich. Jason, you've actually had a burger. You've actually had a burger from Whataburger, which
multiple Whataburgers. This is next to a patty melt at Waffle House.
Oh,
this is one of the best patty melts that I've had, and I believe it was the Swiss mushroom patty melt at Whataburger. By the way, I'm staring at the menu. Annie, you can look over my shoulder.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and put this right up.
Is it bad that the chicken sandwich sounded really good? Oh. I know, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Anna.
It sounded good, but again,
give me that back
it's a burger. A burger's in the name. You got to get the burger.
Well, you should at least try it, and then if that's not your cup of tea, you can always, you can migrate to something else. But they got desserts, right?
Desserts,
milkshakes, and all the things that are good for your arteries.
Yeah.
They have on the menu. So, and this is just the beginning. So Gastonia gets it first, and then this is going to spread like wildfire through North Carolina. I wonder where the other 8 are going.
We're going to get one in Charlotte, apparently.
Sure.
So I will be there. I do want to get back to, for a second, that patty melt there. Okay. Annie, this doesn't intrigue you? Texas toast. Large beef patty. Okay, 2 of them.
Keep talking.
Monterey Jack cheese. 2 slices, not one. Grilled onions.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong business,
creamy
Julian.
Pepper.
You be an advertising.
That doesn't sell you? Come on.
What is
specifically no.
But no.
Why do we have burgers on Texas toast? First of all,
well, okay.
Why?
That's why I went to the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich with the Texas toast.
How about a double Whataburger or a triple meat Whataburger?
Sign me up.
Sign
me
up.
Hungry right now.
I'm starving. I'm starving.
What do you guys think has the bigger cold fall? Is it Whataburger or Buc-ee's?
Oh no!
What are people with cult following?
Buc-ee's.
Basically,
Buc-ee's.
Please.
1,000%.
Yeah, because some people will go there not for the food, just for the shopping.
They
want to stand in.
Because I know that's a big deal with
400 gas, tanks and all that. But yeah, I think Buc-ee's.
I've never seen anybody in a Whataburger tie-dye T-shirt, but I've seen plenty of people in a Buc-ee's tie-dye T-shirt in all places. Some places where you should dress probably better than the tie-dye T-shirt, the Buc-ee's T-shirt. I mean, it's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Whataburger.
And Buc-ee's.
There's got to be a Whataburger on the way to a Buc-ee's.
Ooh.
If they were to make a Whataburger near Mebane in North Carolina, I mean, you could time this out where I could do a Whataburger while I'm eating it, while I'm getting gas. Oh, God, I'm so distracted.
Jason's really excited.
I'm really distracted and hungry.
Okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and simmer on that. Guys, can you spell Whataburger? Any of you? No?
I can do it.
You can spell. Of course.
Go, Andrew.
WHA.
And just like that, it's time for a Break of Morning Edition.
Let me be the nerd. Just let me do it.
Spell Whataburger then, Andrew.
WHATABURGER.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, so glad we waited for that. Okay, we're going to squeeze another break while Andrew shows off his spelling skills. And we're going to talk about spelling on the other side of this break. You're watching Morning Edition. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back into Morning Edition. Andrew has been spelling nonstop. Things like cumulonimbus, virga, all these meteorological terms. Yeah, ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Ted's favorite one.
word.
I think out of all of us, would you say that Andrew would do the best in a spelling bee? Andrew, don't comment.
I was actually going to say maybe no.
No?
But yeah.
I'm shocked.
We're supposed to be, we're journalists, so we're supposed to be good at spelling.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not great. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm decent.
Yeah.
reason why we're talking about it, Scripps National Spelling Bee taking place. We had our guy Holden Good came in 20th.
That's
came
not
in
bad.
Not bad at all.
That's
One of the nicest kids.
So sweet.
So like such a sweet guy. Right now we have one person from North Carolina. Her face is up on there. I believe it's Aishwarya Kalakuri. Okay, she's 156, contestant 156. She's still in the running. I give kudos to anybody that can get up there and spell these words. The studying that they have to go through is intense.
Yeah, and I mean Holden, when we had him on the show on Monday, I think that was Monday. Depends on what day of the week. It doesn't matter. We had him on the show. He and his mom were great, but they had a big old white piece of paper with Sharpie on it for how they practiced, and we asked him about how do you even get ready for something like this, and he gave us it was very detailed. It was a very detailed answer, but they really look at the root word of a lot of things. So we'll ask the contestants, say, can I have the root of the word, or, the origin of it? So he was like, we look at French, we look at Italian, we look at Latin, and we just go off of that. So really bright kid, and he was so much fun to talk to. He was keeping his hopes neutral. He didn't, when we asked, are you going all the way? And he didn't give himself enough credit, but kudos to him. That is hard. I couldn't do it when I was that age. No way.
No, I was always out on like lieutenant or colonel.
Oh,
those always got me.
You as an adult.
Yeah. Which words got you guys?
I don't know if it's particular. I just remember thinking about the spelling bee. Like I was back in 10th grade. I was in honors English. That was a mistake. But one of the things we had to do every week is we would get a list of 20 words that we had to memorize and then spell. And then basically how many words you'd spell correctly would be your grade. I remember how much work I would put in just to remember all 20 of these words, be able to spell them correctly. And to think these kids who are, I was 16 there. What are they, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11?
Yeah, like
8th grade.
They're young.
Yeah, and just the depth of knowledge they have of these super complicated words. It truly, I'll be watching the spelling bee, and I'm just these are the smartest kids I've ever seen.
Smartest kids.
That's kids, people.
There are still words. Are there still words that you guys get caught up, you get hung up? I should say, there are words. Okay,
Well, I got one.
Phoenix.
Really?
I have to go.
Really?
I have to go. Phoenic. I have to visualize the phonetic spelling just to
Phoenix.
I have to go
Phoenix.
My ultimate weakness is the word necessary. I
Necessary.
can never spell it right. I literally, without spell check, I would be completely hopeless.
Does anybody else go Wednesday?
I still do.
Wednesday?
And
I still do.
February.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, some of the top words in 2025.
Yeah.
Gobbledygook.
Oh.
Wow.
Lollygag. That's easy. Why
I
is
love
that
that
on the
one.
top?
Okay.
That's an easy one.
These are hardest to spell?
These are for 2025.
Okay.
Persnickety.
Persnickety.
Rambunctious.
Okay, I can see that.
Tintinnabulation. I don't even know what these words mean. It's the ringing of bells in your ears.
It's like tinnitus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's where it comes from.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus?
Yeah.
However you say
I
it.
got some tinnitus going on.
So
Naturally.
can you give me that in a sentence? What is the Latin derivative
Yes,
of that word,
Latin
Joey?
derivative of tinnitus. Yeah, tinnitus. That's
These kids are smart. I can't wait to see who wins. I
Yes.
hope they're from North Carolina. And what the winning word is. It blows me away. And so kudos to the parents, the grandparents, whoever's the one working with them, because this is nonstop every day.
Team effort.
They're working on to get to
In the
this level.
dictionary.
So.
There we go. We're all
And
team
Webster's Dictionary.
Kalakuri. That's who we're going for. Jason, so speaking of spelling, you actually put this up for us here. The Google searches for slang spelling and some of the words that we still search for, the top words searched. Go ahead. You wanted us to talk about this, say we got that on the show, but we have Morning Edition. Take it away, Jason.
So Google every couple of months, they'll do, hey, here's the top things that were searched for by state. And so in conjunction with the spelling bee, they said, well, let's look at the 50 states. What are the most Googled words that people struggle with spelling? You're going to be surprised by this when you go to North and South Carolina. So these are slang words, okay? Not the most difficult words, but slang words. You ready? You know what the one for North Carolina is?
What we got?
Riz?
No. Not Riz. No.
No.
Nah?
Huh?
Yeah, you want to you want to go outside?
Like
no?
You want to go cut the grass today in the rain?
No.
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 People wondering how to spell no.
Is it N-A-W or N-A-H?
I think it depends. Maybe if you're from, actually from North or South Carolina, this is for North Carolina, then you'd say N-A-W.
Oh,
But for me, I'm like, nah. I'm not
Like,
from
nah.
here.
Oh yeah,
NA.
Southern's draw with a
Yeah.
W on everything. Yeah, no.
Okay.
All right, you
Okay.
want to know South Carolina?
Yes,
Huh.
please.
Slang word they're Googling.
Googling.
Tea. Spill the tea.
Oh,
What?
like, is it a different spelling for tea?
Some people use the letter
Uh-huh.
T. Some people put TEA, like a cup of tea, which that is it, by the way.
Okay.
It's
Mm.
like
I
a
was
cup
gonna
of tea. And some people put tea, like T-shirt or golf tea or something like that.
Or yeah, like the tea
Okay.
that you use.
I had
I don't know.
moment,
I don't get it.
actually. When I was out on vacation out in California, my wife's younger cousin, who is 16,
Mm.
she used chopped as a way to describe someone who like wasn't good looking, and I had never heard the term
It's
before.
like, oh, bro, they're chopped.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never heard that before.
And that was the first time in my life I'm like, wow, I'm actually like getting older, because I was like, I had never heard that as slang before, and that was like an Andy step back kind of moment, and be like, all right, I need to reevaluate things. I'm getting
reality check.
It was a reality check.
I
But the
have,
slang words, man.
I have to ask Jason here,
Okay.
as only dad on the show right
You
now,
okay?
because your words, not
I
mine,
said-
brother. Your words, not.
Okay.
So you had daughters who've grown up now; they're college age, almost graduating high school. Did you catch yourself Googling words that they use? Like,
Oh.
yeah, I got you. Just
Bet. Bussin'.
bust.
Listen, this is a whole nother conversation for another day. Like, I can hear them rolling their eyes at me from miles away
It's like
because they know that's it. It's like a call off in the wild. They're like, there he goes again, trying to use those words. Don't do it. No.
No. All right.
Don't spill the tea on your Google searches.
There you go. Some other words that were cool: bougie, low key, got down. I feel like you should know how to spell them all, but I'm
Trying to.
China.
You trying to?
I'm
Same
trying to work on my lunch
Try-
menu from Whataburger.
There we
I'm
go.
gonna put it on my credit card. See how I brought it all back.
Look at
That
that.
was pretty bougie.
There you go.
Don't
Good
credit
Oh.
cycle.
Low key. That was pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See us right there. We're so cool. All right. I think that will do it for another episode of Morning Edition. Thank you all for tuning in. And if you trying to download this or watch it, YouTube right here on the Queen City News Plus app. Otherwise, you can catch us all on Queen City News now, Monday through Friday, 4 to 10 a.m. We'll see you next time on Morning Edition. Julian Tenor from Queen City News here. If you enjoyed watching this content, be sure to download and watch our full series of Queen City News Plus originals on our app. You can find Queen City News Plus using your streaming devices, including Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Apple TV. Just search the name Queen City News Plus. Your support will help us continue our series. Thanks for watching.